room is incredible. I am so honored to be here. My name is Jessica Alba. And I stand before you today because the stakes in this election could not be higher. Our rights, our freedoms, and democracy are on the line. My father was in the Air Force. I don't know if you know this about me, but I spent much of my childhood in Del Rio, Texas. I still miss a lot that Tex-Mex food. We have not figured it out in LA yet, let me tell you. But it was here in Texas that I learned the importance of looking out for your neighbors, lending a hand without hesitation, and treating people the way you would want to be treated. It's this Texas spirit of compassion, generosity, and unity, along with my strong Mexican-American family values, that shaped who I am today. Vice President Harris has spent her entire career embodying these same values. We all know we need the hopeful path laid out by Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz. A vision that unites us, protects our freedoms, and creates a brighter future, a more inclusive future for all. As a mother, I'm excited by VP Harris's new way forward, focused on uplifting families and the middle class. They will expand the child tax credit to provide a $6,000 tax cut to families with newborn children. Because they believe that no child in America should live in poverty. As an entrepreneur, I am inspired that as part of her opportunity economy agenda, Kamala is fighting to help small businesses and entrepreneurs innovate and grow by expanding the startup expense tax deduction for new businesses from $5,000 to $50,000. This will help entrepreneurs get their ideas off the ground. Imagine the difference this could make for all of us. And as a woman, I know we need a leader like Kamala Harris, who is dedicated to protecting reproductive freedom. Ensuring that decisions about your body are made by you, right? Never by the government, because Kamala Harris understands that protecting reproductive freedom isn't about politics. It's about our right to choose. And these are just a few of Kamala's policies and beliefs that will change so many lives for the better, because going back is not an option. Kamala Harris doesn't just want Houston, Texas to survive, she wants y'all to thrive, okay? So let's hear it, Houston. We are not going back. We are not going back. Woo! Not going back. Not going back. Woo! All right. With less than 2 weeks until Election Day, I'm counting on each and every one of you to spread the word and encourage everyone you know that is eligible to vote to get out there and vote. So Houston, let's do this. Please join me in electing Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States.
I know they say be strong in the Lord, but it's taking God's strength. This is the hardest thing ever in life, to see you in this light.
You're looking at a mother that is broken.
How many more women would have to die? This is the result of what happens when you try to control a woman's body.
My daughter is gone because of what Donald Trump did. She would be here had they helped her. You denied my daughter.
When I looked in her eyes, she looked weak. She was in pain, she was hurting.
And she started saying, I want y'all to work together to take care of Messiah.
Kamala Harris will make sure not one more family goes through what we're going through now.
Amber Nicole Thurman.
My baby Amber,
My sister Amber had her
whole life
ahead of her.
I believe that Kamala will stand for us all.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Please welcome Dr. Todd Ivey.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Todd Ivey, and I've been a practicing OBGYN in Houston, Texas for over 25 years. I want to acknowledge my colleagues here with me tonight who courageously continue the fight in Texas for reproductive freedom for our patients. You know, we became doctors to take care of people. And when Donald Trump's Supreme Court justices overturned Roe v. Wade and unleashed the extreme abortion bans across our country, I could not believe what was happening. I could not believe that basic, essential medical care would be criminalized. Yet, here we are. And today in Texas, because of Donald Trump, I could be thrown in prison for life for providing reproductive health care. And as a result, many of my patients with tragic pregnancy complications have been forced to flee our state to get the health care that they need and that they deserve. In that moment of a devastating diagnosis, what I want to do, what I need to do, and what I'm trained to do is to provide counseling and care for patients according to their wishes and their needs. But these laws are designed to handcuff me, literally. As a physician, I cannot describe the anguish of not being able to help my patients and the fear of spending the rest of my life behind bars. Each physician here with me tonight has multiple agonizing stories to tell, and some of them involve their own pregnancies. We all know how devastating Trump's abortion bans are for patients' health and lives. Data have shown that since our state enacted these abortion bans, maternal mortality has worsened. To put it bluntly, women are unnecessarily becoming ill and dying. Nationwide, I think someone needs some medical assistance over here. Did they get someone? Are they getting someone? Okay, great. So nationwide, medical assistants? They're good? So nationwide, nearly 7 in 10 OBGYNs say that abortion bans have worsened their ability to manage pregnancy-related emergencies. And here in Texas, 3 in 4 OBGYNs have said they simply can no longer practice evidence-based medicine. This is a healthcare crisis. Tens of thousands of Texas women traveled out of state for abortion care last year, leaving their jobs, leaving their homes, and leaving their families just to get medical care. This is unacceptable. And this is cruel. I was shocked when Roe was overturned, but I've never been more shocked to hear Donald Trump continue to brag about it and to call these extreme abortion bans, like the one in our state, something, quote, beautiful to watch. As a physician on the front lines in Texas, I'll tell you, what's happening here is not beautiful. It's devastating, and we must stop it. So let me be clear about one thing. There is no place for Donald Trump in my exam room. And that's why I am proud to be supporting Vice President Harris. One year ago, I was honored to sit beside her for a conversation on the cruelty of these Trump abortion bans. She hasn't stopped fighting for reproductive freedom for a moment since. And I know that as president, she will continue to fight to restore reproductive health care access for women in all 50 states. So this November, health care is on the ballot in all 50 states. We need to vote like our lives depend on it. Because they do. And because our patients' lives depend on it too. Thank you. Go vote.
Slept a full night my entire life. I was 5 years old when my stepfather abused me for the first time. I just felt like I was alone on a planet with a monster. I was 12 when he impregnated me. I just remember thinking, I have to get out of my skin. I can't be me right now. Like, this can't be it. I didn't know what to do. I was a child. I didn't know what it meant to be pregnant at all. But I had options. Because Donald Trump overturned Roe v. Wade, girls and women all over the country have lost the right to choose, even for rape or incest. Donald Trump did this. He took away our freedom.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Gamboa. I was born and raised in Tucson, Arizona, and first of all, I want to thank you, Texas, for this amazing welcome. I know it's not for me, but it's still amazing. Thank you so much. So tonight, really quickly, I'm just here to tell you a little bit about my story. In October of 2021, 2 weeks after my husband left for deployment, I actually found out I was 4 weeks pregnant. But very quickly, we figured out that there was something wrong. And after 3 weeks of medical tests, blood tests, ultrasounds, and everything in between, my doctor told me that I had an ectopic pregnancy at 7 weeks. My ectopic pregnancy was in my left fallopian tube, and if left untreated, it could burst and lead me to need emergency surgery. But luckily, I was able to go into the hospital the next day and get a methotrexate shot and begin to heal. However, few months later, 6 or 7 months later, the Supreme Court that was hand-picked by Donald Trump overruled Roe v. Wade. access to a safe and quick abortion was what saved my life and preserved my fertility, and now those very same protections were gone. It unleashed cruel abortion bans across the country, and we began to read about women in Texas, in Alabama, in other states with ectopic pregnancies just like mine that were denied emergency abortion care. And that is unacceptable. Now, that was 3 years ago, almost to the day actually. And my husband and I are on our second round of IVF. And if anybody in the crowd has ever gone through IVF, you know just how bloated and how tired I am right now. But I am still here today, no matter how tired, no matter how sore, because we need to fight for the rights of women everywhere to make decisions over their bodies. Earlier this year, my husband and I watched in horror as the Alabama Supreme Court made a decision that put IVF in danger in the state. My heart goes out to those families because I know what they're going through. And now, I am going through it myself, especially because Donald Trump's GOP policies and reluctance to protect IVF is going to put it at risk for families in 50 states. And that is not something that we will allow to happen. But Texas, tonight we can turn the page and we can continue to make our voices heard. Vice President Harris is a fighter, and she will work tirelessly to protect our families and our futures. So for the next 11 days, it is our turn to show up for her. Knock on doors, speak to every family member out there. Have the awkward conversations and leave it all in the field because our lives and our futures depend on it. I trust women to make decisions over their own bodies, and I trust Texas women to tell men like Ted Cruz, J.D. Vance, and Donald Trump that they are done. Their turn is over. This November, we will all come together and make our voices heard and elect Kamala Harris as the next President of the United States. Thank you and good night.
Working 5 to 9 and 9 to 5. Then it's your dream just to watch you shatter. You just step on the boss man ladder. You got dreams you never take away.
Never take away.
You're on the table with the love you will bring. Wait for the day your ship will come in. I'm gonna turn it over, roll your way. Working 9 to 5, 9 to 5, living barely getting by. It's all time, no giving. They just use your mind.
Across the shifting sand and room for everyone living in the promised land. So they came from the distant isle, nameless woman, faithless child, like a bad dream. Until there was no room at home, no place to run, no place to fall. Give us your daily bread. We have no shoes to wear, no place to call our own, only this cross to bear. We are the multitude, lend us a helping hand. Is there no love anymore? Living in the promised land.
Hey, how y'all doing? We ready to say Madam President? Mama, don't let them babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars, drive them old trucks. Make them be doctors, lawyers. Mama, grow up to be cowboys. They'll never stay home, they're always alone, even with someone they love. Cowboys ain't easy to love, and they're harder to hold. They'd rather give you a song than diamonds and gold. Lone Star belt buckles, old faded Levi's, and each night begins a new day. And if you don't understand him and he don't die young, he'll probably just ride away. Mama, don't let your babies to be cowboy. Don't let them pick guitars, drive them old trucks, make them be doctors and lawyers and stuff. Mama! They'll never stay home, they're always alone, even with someone they love. Cowboys like smoky old pool room and clear mountain mornings. Little warm puppies, the children and girls of the night. Them that don't know him won't like him, and them that do sometimes won't know how to take him. He ain't wrong, he's just different. His pride won't let him do things to make you think he's right. Mama! Don't let them pick guitars, drive them old trucks, make them be doctors, lawyers, and stuff. Mama! They'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. Thank y'all very much. On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Going places that I've never been. Seeing things that I may never see again. I can't wait to get on the road again. Everybody say, on the road again. Like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keeps turning our way. Our way. I hear you. Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. Big finish. I can't wait to get on the road again. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Shifting sand, room for everyone, living in the promised land. So they came from the distant isle, nameless woman, faithless child. till there was no room at all, no place to run and no place to fall. Give us your daily bread. We have no shoes to wear, no place to call our own, only this cross to bear. We are the multitudes, lend us a helping hand. Is there no love anymore, living in the promised land?
It's a blue wave.
Here, right here.
First of all, I'm the one that got rid of Roe v. Wade.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
What do you think when you see that? Like, I honestly feel sick to my stomach right now. Well, of course I blame Trump for what happened to me. He's bragging about doing it. He's bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade, which nearly killed me.
He doesn't care or know what's actually happening to normal people.
And it's hard to ignore that he thinks I should be punished for receiving health care, yet he shouldn't be held responsible for his own actions. That's terrifying to think that he might be president again.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Run fast for your mother, run fast for your father, run for your children, for your sisters and brothers. Leave all your love and your lonely behind. You can't carry it with you if you want to survive. The dark days are over, the dark days are done.
Hi, Houston. My name is Amanda Zarofsky.
And I'm Josh Zarofsky.
We live in Austin.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Austin. Amanda and I met in preschool. We're from the same small town. We had a moment in high school, and then we reconnected as adults. Ever since, we've been partners in crime. We decided we wanted to start our family, and so after 18 months of grueling fertility treatments, in the spring of 2022, we were thrilled to find out that she was pregnant with our first baby, a girl. We were over the moon.
My first trimester was smooth sailing, but suddenly at 18 weeks, I suffered complications. We were with 100% certainty going to lose our baby girl. We were devastated. What I needed at that point was an abortion so that I could safely and with dignity deliver our daughter and begin the healing process.
But this was post-Roe, Texas. The near total abortion ban had gone into effect just 2 days after Amanda's water broke. Ending the pregnancy would have been a legal abortion under the Texas ban. Our doctor risked losing her license and even faced jail time.
So I was told to wait to seek care until I got so sick that my life was considered in danger. Only then would my case fall under one of the rare exceptions where a doctor can intervene in our state of Texas.
For 3 long days, we begged for someone to help. But the help never came due to Texas's oppressive, inhumane abortion laws. Eventually, Amanda's temperature spiked. She was shaking and disoriented. We rushed to the emergency room, and by this time, Amanda had developed an infection which had become septic.
I was finally close enough to death to deserve health care in Texas. After stabilizing my vitals enough to deliver our baby, Willow, I crashed again with another bout of sepsis, and I was transferred to the ICU. Our family flew in from across the country for fear that I wouldn't make it through the night. It was in that dark and lonely hospital room that I realized I was actually lucky. I lived. Others have not.
It is unthinkable to me that anyone could cheer on the cruel abortion bans that nearly took Amanda's life. But that's exactly what Donald Trump and Ted Cruz have done. That's right. That is right. And adding to this cruelty, Trump has said that there should be some sort of punishment for women who have an abortion. Women just like Amanda.
What's just as scary is that Donald Trump's allies have detailed plans on how Trump would ban abortion in all 50 states without the help of Congress. That means that what Josh and I went through could be the reality facing Americans and families in this country if he gets back into power.
I want to tell every last voter, including each and every man out there, that this is our fight too. The decision about, that's right. And the decision about if and when to start a family should be ours to make, not Donald Trump's, not Ted Cruz's. That's why we need to elect Vice President Harris, Representative Colin Allred, and Democrats up and down the ballot to restore our reproductive freedom.
There's been so many things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally
Hey, Houston, how you doing? Hey, let's give it up for Amanda and Josh. You know, it shouldn't be lost on us that they were just up here telling their own personal story of what they've gone through here in this state. And I want to thank Vice President Harris for coming to Texas and for shining a light on what's happening to Texas families and Texas women. Thank you, Amanda and Josh. Listen, I'm Congressman Colin Allred, and with y'all's help, and God's grace, we're going to beat Ted Cruz. That's right. You know, that's right. You hear that, Ted? You hear that? Let's go, Texas. All right. Now, y'all know, I believe in a very different Texas than Ted Cruz does. 'Cause I was raised by a single mother who's a public school teacher, and we don't pay our teachers enough. We don't pay them enough. And so I relied on my community, on my teachers and my coaches, folks who went above and beyond for me. They poured themselves into me. It's because of them I became captain of the football team at Baylor, was a linebacker in the NFL, became a civil rights lawyer, and have served us in Congress for the last 6 years. And you know what? In my time in Congress, I've been the exact opposite of Ted Cruz. Because I never forgot where I came from. I never forgot the folks who gave me a chance. I've been the most bipartisan Texan in Congress because that's how you get things done. That's what we elect people to do. Because I know there are heroes out here right now who dropped their kids off at school, who went to work maybe for 1 or 2 jobs like my mom used to do. And I know you're hoping that your elected officials are working as hard as you are. But Ted Cruz has been all about himself for too long. Too long. 12 years is long enough. And I don't know if y'all saw the debate the other night. Yeah? There's one thing I know for sure after that debate. It's that everything is bigger in Texas, but Ted Cruz is too small for Texas. He's too small. He's too small for Texas. You know what small people do? Is when you lose an election, you think, you know what, I'm gonna try and overturn that election. I know many of y'all probably know where you were on January 6th. I know where I was. I was on the House floor doing my job. I remember when they locked all the doors. We barred the doors the president walks through to deliver the State of the Union with furniture that we usually use to hold paper. I texted my wife, Allie, who was 7 months pregnant with our son, Cameron. Whatever happens, I love you. Because we're the only former NFL linebacker in the room, and there's a mob at the door. Everybody's like, what you gonna do, Colin? And I went to public school in Texas. I'm not just gonna sit there. So I took off my suit jacket, and I was prepared to defend the House floor from that mob. That's what happened. At the same time, after he'd gone around the country lying about the election, after he'd been the objector to the results in Arizona, Ted Cruz was hiding in a supply closet. That's okay. That's okay. I don't want him to get hurt by the mob. The point is, there shouldn't have been a mob. There shouldn't have been one. And if you summon one, and then you run for United States Senate, you gotta lose your job. That's what you gotta do. And he's too small for Texas because when 30 million Texans were relying on him, when the lights went out, he decided to go to Cancun. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? If your neighbor needed help in a crisis, you would go check on them. Can you imagine having the privilege and the responsibility of representing our great state, and a crisis hits our state, and you think, I need to go check out the Ritz-Carlton in Cancun? You wouldn't do it. I'll tell you what, if you did, and you ran for office again, you gotta lose your job. That's what's gotta happen. All right. And you know what? If you are singularly responsible for taking away a fundamental freedom from Texas women because you think you know better than Texas women and their families and their doctors, and you put in place this abortion ban, and you celebrate this abortion ban, you introduce at the national level 5 times a nationwide abortion ban, then you have to lose your job. Texas women, for all the Texas families, for all the Texas families. You know, Allie and I have been blessed with 2 healthy babies in Dallas in the last 5 years. I can't imagine if at one of our appointments, the doctor would come in and says, a problem with the baby, or with my wife, but there's nothing I can do because Ted Cruz thinks he knows better. That's not who we are. There's one thing I know about us as Texans, and I'm a 4th generation Texan. It's that we believe in freedom. And this is not it. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do, Texas. In 10 days, we're gonna beat Ted Cruz. In 10 days. And when we do, we're gonna make Roe v. Wade the law of the land again. No more of this. That's right. Ted Cruz. For all the Texas families, for all the families who are looking for a senator who's looking out for them, I will never abandon you when you need me most. I will protect your fundamental rights. I will bring us together around our shared values. I'll remind us that we have more in common than what divides us. We might have come here on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. We're all Texans. We're all Americans. We have to have a leader who understands that. And so here's what we gotta do, Texas. We got 10 days to knock on doors, make phone calls. We got to make sure Kamala Harris is the next president of the United States. make sure we send Ted Cruz packing. And when we do, it won't be a win for me or for a party. It'll be a win for our state. Are y'all ready? You fired up? You ready to go? All right, let's do it, Texas. God bless you. And may God bless the great state of Texas.
Some noise one more time. It's starting to feel like a family affair in here. Ooh, 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 ooh.
these laws continue, it will cost more lives.
Please welcome Andrea Cummings.
Thank you. Before I can even start, on behalf of myself, my husband, and my family, I have to thank you all for the embracing support that you have given me. Good evening. My name is Andrea, and I live in San Antonio, Texas. In the fall of 2022, after many prayers, my husband and I found out that we were expecting. Everything changed when my water broke one evening, far too early into my pregnancy. After going to the ER and my OBGYN and learning that my pregnancy was not viable, I was given no options, despite being at high risk for infection. Because of Texas extreme laws, I was told I had to wait, which I did in the hospital for days. My baby girl, Emery Jade, was born 5 days after my water broke. She lived only for a few minutes, but I hold my baby close to my heart as my husband, mother, and I sing her to sleep. And when Emery's heart stopped, we continued to embrace her and held her for hours as she lay lifeless. It was immediately after Emery was born and the hospital discharged me that I felt severe pain. Eventually, I found myself in the ER, fearing for my life, where my reality soon changed. I was diagnosed with sepsis and sent into a 6-hour emergency surgery. I endured a partial lung collapse, 2 liters of infected fluid removed from my abdomen, and an incision that ran from under my breast to my pelvic area, which has left a deep scar. I was hospitalized for 3 weeks. My body was overwhelmingly consumed with infection. I nearly lost my life. I remember praying, God, just allow me to be peaceful when I go. After my discharge from the hospital, I required around-the-clock care for 3 months. My mother fed me, bathed me, and even helped assist me in the bathroom while I slowly recovered. Today is the first time I'm sharing my story. It's taken many months of physical and emotional healing to get where I am today. I have come forward so people can learn from my experience and the experiences of other women who have been impacted by these laws. Texas abortion bans unleashed by Donald Trump almost cost me my life and have left me with physical and emotional scars. I'm here to advocate for the women who are unable to share their truths, for the many Black and brown women whose pain is often dismissed and disregarded, for the women like Amber Thurman who have lost their lives under Donald Trump's abortion bans. I never thought I would have this type of personal experience. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. The same people who create these laws should ask themselves, what if it was their loved one? For all the mothers, daughters, granddaughters, there has to be change. Kamala Harris is that change. She is fighting to restore the rights of women that were so wrongly taken away. This election, I proudly cast my vote for Kamala Harris because lives depend on it, and I urge you all to do the same. Now, I'm incredibly honored to introduce to the stage Arthur, philanthropist, proud mother, activist, and H-Town's very own Miss Tina Knowles.
You can see what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. Right on. Right on.
My God. My heart is so full, guys. This is what you call Houston proud. 30,000 people? Oh my God. Houston, you showed up, you showed out, and that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Andrea, for courageously sharing your story. I am honored to be back in Houston tonight, the city where my girls got their voices. I've been so blessed in my life to have many careers, many black jobs. But I have said before, the best job that I've ever had is being a mother. I've had the privilege of raising and helping to raise 4 daughters. And I also take immense pride in being Mama Tina to so many young women and men. It has been empowering for me. You know, the teleprompter, I'm having a hard time seeing it, guys. I'm just being real here. So it's been powerful to encourage young people and to be there for them as well as my own children. You know, I have always believed that I was raising my girls in a world that with every passing generation was becoming freer for women, with more opportunity for women, a healthier and safer existence for women. And so we cannot accept a country where our daughters and former generations and future granddaughters will no longer have the basic freedom that I have lived with for most of my life. But just as our generation and generations before us did, we will fight for our freedom. Yes. And as I look behind, I also know in order to move forward, we must move with purpose. So I say a prayer that is infused with the strength, faith, and courage of those who came before us. We cannot go backwards, guys. Too many people have died for us to have our freedom. I know in my soul that all those past moments have led us to a time like this. We've got to show up and do our part. And that is why I am here. I am so honored to be here in support of Kamala Harris. And I am also so proud to be here with two of my daughters. Please welcome Kelly and Beyonce.
Charlie, how your angels get down like that? Girl, I didn't know you could get down like that. Charlie, how your angels get down like that? Tell me how you feel about this. Do it all in the power of another. I worked hard and sacrificed to do what I did. Ladies, it ain't easy being independent. Question, how'd you like this knowledge that I brought? Bragging on the cash that he gave you was the fun. If you're gonna brag me, show it your money is fun. You know no one else to give you what you want. Shoes on my feet.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my Houston family. I am so proud to be here back in Houston with my mama T and my sister. Welcome to this day, this remarkable, this joyous day. A date, a day, a time, a moment with weight and meaning for our country, for our people, and for the world. A moment, Houston, where we grab back the pen from those who are trying to write an American story of division and hatred. A moment when we grab back the pen from those who are trying to write an American story of misogyny and racism. We are grabbing back the pen from those who are trying to write an American story that would deny the right for women to make our own decisions about our bodies. Houston, we are grabbing back the pen. We are grabbing back the pen, that pen, to forge a new path with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. We are grabbing back the pen to write a new American story, a story of community, of equality, strength, of kindness, and of hope. When I was a little girl and I pledged allegiance to the United States of America, that meant something to me. That flag meant something to me. And today, that means grabbing that pen and casting my vote, as I already did 2 days ago, for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Now, Houston, you've already had a hand in creating destiny. So do what you do and do this thing again. H-Town. We are so happy to be standing here on this stage as proud country Texas women supporting and celebrating the one and only Vice President Kamala Harris. A woman who's been pushing for what this country really needs right now, unity. It's impossible not to feel the energy in this room, the positivity, the community, the humanity. We are at the precipice of an incredible shift, the brink of history. I'm not here as a celebrity. I'm not here as a politician. I'm here as a mother. A mother who cares deeply about the world my children and all of our children live in. A world where we have the freedom to control our bodies. A world where we're not divided. Our past, our present, our future merge to meet us here. Imagine our daughters growing up seeing what's possible with no ceilings, no limitations. Imagine our grandmothers. Imagine what they feel right now. Those who have lived to see this historic day. Even those who are no longer physically with us. Imagine all of their sacrifice. The sacrifices made so we can witness the strength of a woman standing in her power, reimagining what leadership is. For all the men and women in this room and watching around the country, we need you. Your voice has power and magnitude. Your vote is one of the most valuable tools, and we need you. Your freedom is your God-given right, your human right. Everybody say Texas. Texas plays a pivotal role to change the course of our future. Texans and Houstonians from 3rd Ward, River Oaks, Sugarland, 5th Ward, Alief, Memorial, Southwest Side, North Side, all the way down to Mo City. We all have a role to play to make this a reality. We're all part of something much bigger. We must vote. And we need you. It's time to sing a new song. A song that began 248 years ago. The old notes of downfall, discord, despair no longer resonate. Our generations of loved ones before us are whispering a prophecy, a quest, a calling, an anthem. Our moment right now, it's time for America to sing a new song. Our voices sing a chorus of unity. They sing a song of dignity and opportunity. Are y'all ready to add your voice to the new American song? Because I am. So let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Please give a big, loud Texas welcome to the next President of the United States, Vice President Kamala Harris.
Keep on running, cause the winner don't quit on themselves. I'ma wade through the waters till the tide don't move.
Kelly and Beyonce! Hey, Texas! Oh, it's good to be back in Texas. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here this
for Miss Tina Knowles, for Miss Kelly, and Beyonce. What a warm Texas welcome. I thank you all so very much. And I thank you, and I thank my friends for reminding us of exactly what we are fighting for in this campaign. We are fighting for freedom. 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 And to Andrea and everyone here tonight whose lives have been impacted by these Trump abortion bans in this moment, I thank you for sharing your stories and for your courage. It is an honor to be here with so many leaders and all of you who have taken the time out of your busy lives to be here this evening so we can, as a community of people, as people who love our country, be clear, sound strong, and stand in favor of the freedom of every woman to make decisions about her own body. I also want to thank the members of Congress who are here, including Colin, Allred. I'm counting on you to send him to the United States Senate so we can get right to work. And to all the elected officials and community leaders, I thank you all. I thank you. See you later. See you later. And we have a lot of work to do, and we will not get distracted. We will not get distracted. So listen, Texas, we have 11 days left in one of the most consequential elections of our lifetime. Voting has already started, and we know this will be a tight race until the very end. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay, so we got work to do. We got work to do. We got work to do. And I love that there is so much enthusiasm. But let's talk about the work we've got to do. Okay. Because we've got 11 days to see this through, and we will win. We will win. We will win. And we will win, and we will win because we know and understand what is at stake. We are 11 days out from an election that will decide the future of America, including the freedom of every woman to make decisions about her own body and her reproductive freedom. And everyone here tonight is here because we are about fighting for our future and not letting some people take us back. Because we are not going back. We are not going back. We are not going back. And in America, we know freedom is not to be given. It is not to be bestowed. It is ours by right. And we are prepared to fight for it? Because we understand the stakes, and moving forward, we understand that what we must do, Texas, is right here. You who are ground zero in the fight for reproductive freedom, we must be loud, we must organize, we must mobilize, we must energize the people. Because you all know, Texas is home to one of the most restrictive abortion bans in our country. In Texas, abortion is banned from the moment of conception. You know what? Just send them to that small rally down the street. It'll be fine. Some people don't have a great sense of direction, but that's okay. We'll show them the way. We'll show them the way. Because we know what's at stake and we will not be silenced. We know what's happening here in Texas. Doctors and nurses could go to prison for life simply for providing reproductive care. Think about that. Life in prison for healthcare providers for doing what they think is in their patients' best interests. You know what? The beauty of our campaign is we're fighting for democracy. And what we know here in Texas is that there are some who would distract from the fact that Texas has a law now that offers a cash bounty for turning in someone who merely helps a friend or a family member get the care they need. In Texas, the law provides for prison for life for healthcare providers for doing what they believe is in the best interest of their patient. In some counties in Texas, they have passed travel bans to prevent women from going to other states to receive care. These are the stakes. And we know how we got here. When Donald Trump was president, he hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade. And as he intended, they did. And now more than 20 states have a Trump abortion ban. Now 1 in 3 American women lives in a state with a Trump abortion ban, including Texas and every state in the South except for Virginia. And many of these bans are causing care to be denied until a woman is at death's door. Many have no exceptions even for rape and incest, which is immoral. And let us agree, one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do with her body. Not the government. If she chooses, she will talk with her priest, her pastor, her rabbi, her imam, but not the government and some people up in the state legislature telling her what's in her best interest when she knows what's in her own best interest. And let us recognize these same people, check this out, these same people who have argued that these Trump abortion bans are in the best interest of women and children, do look at their records. They tend to be in states with the highest rate of maternal mortality in the country. For decades, these extremist leaders who have neglected prenatal care, maternity care, and postpartum care, and who now, after continuously failing to support women and children, claim to care about women and children. Well, I have a question for them. Where you been? Where you been? Where you been when it comes to prioritizing care for women and children? Where have you been when it comes to helping pregnant women and new mothers? Where have you been when it comes to affordable child care? And do know, many of these same extremist leaders have also refused to extend the child tax credit, which lifted half of America's children out of poverty. They, who have blocked proposals to lower child care costs for working parents, they who have tried to cut WIC and SNAP for low-income mothers and their children. The hypocrisy abounds. And here's what else is happening. These bans are driving doctors out of states like Texas, Idaho, Georgia, and North Carolina, leaving women who are already living in maternity care deserts, meaning there is no maternity care anywhere near them, leaving them with even fewer options. And since Trump abortion bans, fewer medical students are choosing to specialize in women's health. Over these past 2 years, the impact of Trump abortion bans has been devastating. We see the horrific reality that women and families face every single day, and the stories are vivid, they are difficult to hear, they are difficult to tell. For example, here in Texas, can we roll the tape?
For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it.
As someone who watched his wife almost bleed to death because of conservative implemented laws,
I had to fight and beg to get care that I needed.
Because I wasn't permitted to have an abortion, I nearly died on their watch.
If I had not been able to go out of state to get an abortion in Colorado, my happy, healthy son, Henry, would not be here today.
They took 2 liters of infected fluid from my abdomen, and the infection was so severe that I almost died.
I was to stay pregnant and deliver a baby that would suffocate in my arms.
On the Roe v. Wade, I did a great thing.
From his own mouth, a great thing. There is nothing great about what happened to women like Kate Cox, who was heartbroken to learn her much wanted pregnancy was not viable, heartbroken when her doctors told her if she remained pregnant, she would be risking her own life or her ability to have children in the future. But the Attorney General of Texas threatened if Kate's doctors helped terminate her pregnancy, they would be criminally prosecuted. So Kate was forced to flee the state to get the care she needed. In Louisiana, Caitlin Joshua was turned away from not 1, but 2 emergency rooms while miscarrying. She was bleeding, she was in pain, but because of a Trump abortion ban, doctors would not treat her. Because if they did, they would have faced 15 years in prison. And so Caitlin had to go home where she went through the pain of a miscarriage for more than a month, and trying the whole time to hide her pain from her 4-year-old daughter. We know that women have died because of Trump abortion bans. Here today is Shanette Williams, the mother of Amber Nicole Thurman, a vibrant, we must speak her name, Amber Nicole Thurman. I promised her mother I would speak her name. A vibrant 28-year-old mother of a 6-year-old son who died a preventable death because of Georgia's abortion ban. Now, Shanette and her family are courageously sharing Amber's story to make sure we all remember her as more than a statistic, so that we remember Amber was a daughter, a sister, a mother, and that she was loved, and that she should be alive today. And listen, we're all here because we know the reality is, for every story we hear about, about the suffering because of a Trump abortion ban, there are so many stories we've never heard, an untold number of women and the people who love them who are silently suffering, women who are being made to feel as though they did something wrong, as though they are criminals, as though they are alone. And to those women I say, and I think I speak on behalf of all of us, we see you and we are here with you. Texas, what is happening across this state and our country is a healthcare crisis. And Donald Trump is the architect of it. He brags about overturning Roe v. Wade. In his own words, quote, "I did it and I'm proud to have done it." That's what he says. And one has to ask, proud that women are dying? Proud that doctors and nurses could be thrown in prison for life for administering life-saving care? Proud that young women in America today have fewer rights than their mothers and grandmothers? How dare he? Donald Trump even said everyone wanted Roe v. Wade to be overturned. Well, a woman in Ohio was arrested and charged after having a miscarriage. So was a woman in South Carolina. They didn't want this. Hadley Duvall, who became pregnant after being raped by her stepfather when she was 12 years old. She didn't want this. Ryan Hamilton, who is here tonight, his wife was denied treatment at the hospital for a miscarriage. They got home, he found her bleeding and unconscious. He dressed her, put her in a car, packed up their 9-month-old child, and drove to a different emergency room where doctors told them she could have died. Ryan didn't want this. Let's be clear. And the men across America, this needs to be said, men across America do not want to see their daughters and wives and sisters and mothers put at risk because their rights have been taken. I see the men here, and I thank you. The men of America don't want this. And now the Attorney General of Texas is suing the United States government so that Texas prosecutors can check this out, so that Texas prosecutors can get their hands on private medical records of women who leave the state to get care. Now, I'd ask everybody here, please do see the irony, okay? Listen to this. On the one hand, Donald Trump won't let anyone see his medical records. I gave up mine. And on the other hand, they want to get their hands on your medical records. Simply put, they are out of their mind. In just 4 years as president, Donald Trump was able to erase half a century of hard-fought progress for women. And now he wants to go even further. He will force all 50 states to track and report on women's miscarriages and abortions, and go after access to contraception and IVF treatment. It's right there in his Project 2025. Google it. And let us be clear, if Donald Trump wins again, he will ban abortion nationwide. And though we are in Texas tonight, I say it to the folks who might be watching from home, for anyone watching from another state, know this: if you think you are protected from Trump abortion bans because you live in Michigan or Pennsylvania or Nevada or New York or California, or any state where voters or legislators have protected reproductive freedom, please know, no one is protected if there is a Trump national abortion ban, and it will outlaw abortion in every single state. Understand that. and he can do it with or without an act of Congress. All that to say, elections matter. Elections matter. If Donald Trump is president again, he will likely get to appoint at least one additional Supreme Court justice. Remember who we appointed. Call her Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. But if he were reelected, he'd probably get to appoint one, if not two, members to the United States Supreme Court, at which point Donald Trump will have packed the court with 5 out of 9 justices on that court who will sit, but think about that, who will sit for lifetime appointments, shaping your lives and the lives of generations to come. And that is among the many critical contrasts in this election. Look, Donald Trump doesn't trust women, but I do. We trust women, and we understand what's at stake. And with Colin Allred in the United States Senate, when Congress passes a bill to restore reproductive freedom, I will proudly sign it into law as President of the United States. Proudly. Proudly. So to all the friends here, let us remember, momentum is on our side. I know sometimes in Texas, folks are like, is it worth it? Does it make a difference? Yes, it does. You are making a difference, and momentum is on our side. You are making a difference. Since Roe was overturned, every time reproductive freedom has been on the ballot, from Kansas to California to Kentucky, in Michigan, Montana, Vermont, and Ohio, the people of America have voted for freedom every time it's been on the ballot. And often they have voted by overwhelming margins from so-called red to so-called blue states, proving this is not a partisan issue. Because Americans from all backgrounds and beliefs understand the decision of whether, when, and how to build a family is one of the most consequential decisions anyone can make. And we are fighting for an America where no matter who you are, where you live, you can make decisions about your own body for yourself. So moving forward, all of this is to say, reproductive freedom is on the ballot in this presidential election. And in 10 states around the country, including Arizona, Florida, and Nevada. And with the work of everyone here, freedom will win. Freedom will win. And so I want to take a moment to speak in particular to all the young leaders here and across America. Do we have anybody here from Gen Z? Where you at? I'm counting on you, because the thing I love about you is you are impatient for change. You know it ain't right that you may have fewer rights than your mother or your grandmother. You know it is not theoretical. You know it is not political. It is your lived experience. And I see you, and I see your power. I see your power. And I know so many of you are voting for the first time. Can I see a raise of hands? Can we applaud our leaders who are voting for the first time? All right, we heard it for our young leaders. That's right. So listen, to everyone here, we know freedom has never come easy. never come easy. There has been no moment of our progress as a country that did not come about without a fight. Let's all be clear about that. And we are in the midst of a movement, and everyone here is a leader in that movement. So we do this then remembering those who came before us, those who struggled and sacrificed for our freedoms, who found fellowship and even joy in one another in the fight. They found strength and hope in fighting for our ideals. And that is what we are doing. That is what we are doing because we know weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. So Texas, election day is in 11 days. Early voting has already begun. So now it is time to start making your plan. Go to iwillvote.com to get all the information you need. And it is not only the presidency that is on the ballot. There are many important races, including Colin Allred running for Senate, who we must note his opponent supported a national abortion ban 6 times. An opponent who said he does not support exceptions even for victims of rape and incest. So let's remember, Texas, your vote is your voice, and your voice is your power. So today I ask you, are you ready to make your voices heard? Do we trust women? Do we believe in reproductive freedom? Do we believe in the promise of America? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win. God bless you and God bless America.
Keep on running, cause the winner don't quit on themselves. I'ma wade through the waters till the tide don't move. I'ma ride through your borders. Call me bulletproof. Lord, forgive me, I've been running blind in truth. I'ma wade through your shallow love till the deep I knew. I'm telling these tears go and fall away, fall away. Oh, may the last one burn into flames. Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too. I break chains all by myself. Won't let my freedom rot in hell. Hey, I'ma keep on running, 'cause the winner don't quit on themselves.